Mrs. Murray has Mrs. O'Hare has the flu, and we're delighted that she could come, and Dr. Bauman flew all the way down from Washington to come. We'll begin by putting the subject under discussion to each of our guests, asking each to give us a brief statement of position in answer to the question, is atheism the religion of the future?
Organized religion and traditional religion is dead. Not alone their God is dead, but everything else is a rotting corpse. It's this simply because it is not relevant to what is going on. I find that the progressives and the liberals do one single thing. They coat the pill differently so that it can be accepted. But when you have it and you're hooked again, there it is, and it's just as fundamental as those weird old tales of the Old Testament, and it is just as irrelevant. Instead of throwing the whole thing out and starting anew with human values and human goods, all of the religionists are tied psychologically, emotionally, traditionally, historically, to these ideas that are no longer valid to the human community.
And so now you see in just two landmark cases where it was argued that prayer could not be had in a public forum as in public school, but also not just prayer, but the Bible was now taken out of the classroom. Now, it is interesting that these things happen, and people did them, and the Supreme Court ruled on them without thinking what is going to be the consequence on our society, not in 1963, but later on down the road in the next generation, and the next generation, and the next generation. Well, in 2024, as we're talking today, we are two generations past there. So now we can see what has been the outcome of what Alice Bailey wrote in this 10-point agenda. Now, the question is, who was behind Alice Bailey? What force was driving her? What was it, God or Satan? Now, we know God would not have anything to do with taking prayer or the Bible out of any public setting. We all need God. We all need prayer. Those things help keep our society in a good place. So it would only be Satan that would be behind Alice Bailey to even write this 10-point agenda. It would only be Satan that would be behind the UN adopting this agenda and the other societies that played a pivotal role in shaping our society, like the Illuminati, played a key role in shaping our society through policies and procedures and laws. So now Alice Bailey writes to take prayer and God out of schools. Now, to understand the effect, we're going to look at history, and we're going to look at some charts to see how the numbers show us what happened. But to understand this in its fullest, I think it's a good idea to go back in history and look at another time where something similar happened, and then we can see how it affected the society at that time.